So, over the last year and a half or so, I've felt in myself a gentle kind of shift in my own experience of myself, from less mental chatter to more embodiment. And I think this has been a good development for myself. And so I'm gonna share with you what that has involved and like ways that I exist in my body and in my mind that have been helpful for me. I will share all that while I fiddle with this metal puzzle toy, 3 interlocking parts, but long-time vlog viewers know that it's not always so simple. These are the 3 parts. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, I think I want to talk about like how the mental chatter hasn't served me first. I think. I just know that I experience things or like do things that like I didn't love. I can ruminate or just like be in thought loops around why did I do that, or just like wish I'd acted or behaved differently, or just like wish the past was different, which is not a thing. So those like mental patterns in the chatter, it doesn't serve me in the sense like I could get a lesson on what to do, like, hey, go talk to this person or behave differently in the future, and that's good. But once the lesson's there, there's no more use for the chatter. So that's one reason that finding ways to like decrease my own mental chatter has served me, just to not take up my time and energy once I've gotten the download from why that chatter is there in the first place. Yeah, I feel too like there's whenever there's like indecision, for me that's like a mental thing. Whereas like if I'm at ease in my body, I can do whatever. Like I've talked a few times around like the difficulty in paying my taxes, like last week, but like the difficulty was all in here. Like my body doesn't mind sitting and entering numbers into a screen and finding documents and all that stuff. Like that's that's fine. The only resistance there is in my mind. So that mental chatter creates the resistance to doing this task that I'm going to do. So if there were less chatter, then there'd be less resistance to the task and it would all flow more smoothly. Yeah, so those are a few reasons for me that less mental stuff has been good. Yeah, so how do I get there? Yeah, for me, having a regular movement practice, like sort of a daily experience of being in my body, is really helpful. Yeah, I just find like ways I love to do it. It's like right now I don't love yoga, so I don't do it. I do love walking and lifting weights and running, so I do those forms of movement. Yeah, and like those are nice too, because with some mental tasks, you know, you can fail, or I can at least. Like there's a work project thing or some mental challenge, like I might get the wrong answer, but with movement, just go. Even if it's like going around the block and that's it, like that's a success. Yeah, the embodiment there feels good because there's no way to fail and it's healthy. Yeah, and it's just kind to myself to, take myself out on a walk or to exert myself with lifting weights or whatever it is for that day. Yeah, another way I'm able to be less in my mind and more in my body is having a practice of whatever the context is, like slowness and spaciousness. Yeah, I think like when there's like a novel stimulus for me sometimes, like there can be a impulse to like make sense of it mentally or like explain it, or like if it involves another person, like justify or make sure they're okay with whatever it is. I'm being very vague here. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah, like there can be for myself, a default impulse or pattern to like have the mind make sure situations are understood. That doesn't always have to be the case. Like slowing down and allowing for like an embodied understanding of a situation. Just like taking a breath before like feeling a need to explain or clarify something that might be unclear with someone else. Just that breath can like release the need for like justification or explanation necessarily. Like just like loving presence like with someone else can be a better explanation than like words and chatter. Yeah, loving presence has been big for me lately. Is a way to be less mental, more embodied. Because yeah, like the mind stuff, there are thoughts. The thoughts may want to be expressed to like logically be on the same page with someone about something, but like there's another way to be on the same page with somebody, which is to check and see like, am I loving with you right now, and am I present with you? And like being aligned on that level that's more embodied, yeah, for me, releases the need for things to like make mental, logical sense sometimes, or to be able to explain what's happening. Immediately, at least. Yeah. Another way I'm able to be embodied is by giving myself the opportunity to just like feel feelings. Yeah, like look like both positive and negative. Which I say those in quotes because like they're all just things I think that want to be expressed. Like joy wants to be felt, like peacefulness wants to be felt, but also like grief wants to be felt, or sadness. And so sometimes for me, I can be like busy. I have like task after task after task to do in a given day, which can be a distraction from like an unexpressed or unfelt feeling. Like, oh, I'm sad I didn't get to, tell someone something before a trip. And so I can like distract myself by doing things all day, every day. And that's like, can be like a mental, way to fill my time. But like there's that feeling is still in there. It's in me and wants to be felt or expressed or just given attention. And so the way to do that for me is to, make that the task. Like just lay down or sit down and, feel that. Like feel the sadness of like not telling the person the thing. It doesn't have to take long. Like just for me, laying down a few breaths, quelling like thoughts that arise that like, oh, you should have, whatever, blah, 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 self-criticism, berating myself, like, no, it's okay. We're just here to feel right now. We'll be thinking more later. But right now I'm just gonna, tune into the sadness and see if there's a place in my body where it's felt, or if I want to like, cover my hand and scream, or if I felt like angry, maybe I want to like hit a pillow. Yeah, I like being able to be embodied by noticing what feelings are bubbling up and letting them, letting myself be present with them and not ignoring or suppressing whatever the feelings are. Like, no feeling for me is bad. It's all welcome and here to be loved and given attention. There's something around like the body basics of like, yes, generally eating healthy, generally getting good sleep, having good hygiene, has me like enjoy being in my body. Like at times where I've been like repeatedly underslept, or it's like ate particularly unhealthy, or like weighed much more than I do currently, like just ambiently it doesn't feel as great to be in my body, as opposed to when I am prioritizing sleep and eating well, and just like those basic animal body things to take care of myself. That helps me, just enjoy being in my body and be more willing to just be embodied in any given moment during the day. Another way to phrase that is like, when I feel unhealthy, I may want to like think more and be in my mind more to not have to feel what it's like to just be in my body. There's another way to phrase that. I also try to keep in mind how temporary every thought is. Like if something like doesn't go well, in quotes, like it might feel like heavy and tough or unfortunate in the moment, but like maybe I won't care as much like even a day later, or a week or a month or a year. So like if it doesn't matter for the vast majority of my life, does it really matter right now? Maybe not. Maybe there's like a task to do with someone, like to like apologize or be present with them and loving and the impact of a situation that's occupying my mind. But also like, maybe it's not that important. There might be something to do immediately, and then once that's done, I don't have to indulge those thoughts anymore, because I learned the lesson and did what's I've asked of myself to remedy a situation. Then the thoughts have served their purpose. They're free to dissipate. Less mental chatter, more embodiment. Anything else? I'm asking myself. Having ways to let out thoughts. For myself, journaling is nice to just like, I enjoy journaling as a way to track what's happening in my life. I just like it as like a log of, here's what I did today and yesterday and last week. And sometimes for me, like thoughts, I want to like make sure I remember this happy thing forever. And so journaling lets me express those thoughts on paper, or like high emotions, or I have a log where I keep track of what is called divine moments, like really wonderful serendipitous things. And so to make sure I remember those forever and not have to keep them in my brain, just express them in my a note in my phone. So having an outlet for some thoughts for me can be useful to not have them dominate my mind. Another part of this for me is like loving awareness that I'm just like an imperfect human, Like with all this, like I'll mess up. I'll get overthinky or like feel compelled to talk a lot or explain or, it's starting to rain. Yeah, like I'll mess up. And just like loving myself in the mistakes, yeah, helps reduce the chatter. Be like, oh, it's okay. Everything's ultimately fine. Yeah. Some things around like touch, body touch, like I will sometimes just like place my own hands like on my upper thighs to like ground myself. Sometimes I'll like give myself a hug. I'm laughing because like it feels so good right now just to like like it's so sweet, and I'm willing for you to like see me being sweet to myself, and it just like feels like nice and comforting. And obviously with other people too, if you're like a friend or family member, romantic partner, like sharing touch can also feel really, yeah, lovely, and can help get, for me, like out of the mind and into the body. Giving or receiving massage is another form of like touch that's, in a paid container, can feel good as well. To like loving presence with another person with embodied touch, yeah, helps me to be embodied and, yeah, not in my mind so much. Yeah, all right. That feels like a thorough explanation of my embodiment as it is right now. And again, like all this for me has been kind of long shift. Like it kind of jump started around 18 months ago, and I've been just like further discovering more and more layers to this as I've continued to live my life and have conversations and learn about how other people are embodied. And yeah, so if I feel like I'm doing some people-pleasing stuff right now, yeah, just you listen to all that, you got whatever you got from it. I am complete. Yeah. Okay. This has been day 24 of vlogging every day in April. It's the final week. I'm gonna make it count. Thank you for watching and for listening, and I will see you tomorrow.